Most business owners these days are either struggling to get by or are flat out broke. And it's not because they're bad at what they do, it's because they use the wrong formula. The traditional formula, sales minus expenses equals profit. But oops, most of the time, there's nothing left for you after you pay all your expenses. Today, I'm going to show you how to flip that formula, pay yourself first, and guarantee, that's right, guarantee that your business is profitable from day one. The method we're going to talk about today is called Profit First, and it's derived from a book by Mike Michalowicz. I read this book about 4 years ago, and it fundamentally changed the way that I do business and the way that I manage my business's finances. I'm going to break it all down for you in a way that's quick, fast, and easy to understand. So no matter whether you're just getting started or you're scaling to grow your large enterprise, this formula will work for you too. Okay, so what exactly is Profit First? Well, Profit First is a unique approach to financial management in business, and it really takes a step back and revolutionizes the way that companies handle their finances. I like to think of it as a mindset shift, and this mindset shift really highlights the psychological impact of seeing profit regularly and first, fostering in the long term a more profitable business mentality. Okay. So what are the objectives of this model, this profit first model? Well, there's three that I would like to point out. One is to ensure consistent profitability in your business from day one. Don't worry, if you've already in business, you can implement this tomorrow. Number two, to encourage sustainable growth by maximizing expenses based on revenue minus predetermined profit. And I'll get into this a little bit more. Finally, the third point is to improve your financial discipline and decision-making in business. This method truly demands that you be disciplined with your finances and put profit first and always. This video is sponsored by Kinsta. When it comes to your website, it means choosing tools that just work without draining your time or budget. That's where Kinsta's managed hosting for WordPress comes in. Have you ever felt like web hosting is just one more tech headache you don't have time for? You're running a business after all, not a server room. Kinsta handles all the heavy lifting, speed, security, and support included. With lightning fast load times, rock solid protection, and a dashboard that's actually fun to use, Kinsta keeps your site smooth and stress-free. And if something goes wrong, you're talking to a real human 24/7, not some sort of AI reading from a script. So if you want your hosting to just work and stay focused on profit and not problems, go with Kinsta WordPress hosting. Click the link below and make web hosting the easiest part of your business. Okay, so moving on. So what's the traditional accounting method that we're all used to and we're taught in business schools? And we learn when we first get into running our own business. The traditional formula is this: sales minus expenses equals profit. And at the surface, this makes sense, right? But the profit first formula is so different. It's a subtle change, but it makes such a tremendous difference in your business. The profit first formula is sales minus profit equals expenses. I don't know if you caught the shift there. Let me say it again. Sales minus profit equals expenses. So you take your profit first before you pay your expenses. It's that easy. And I'm telling you, as we go through this video, I will explain how this works and why it's so impactful. Okay, so this is the actual Profit First book. It's jam-packed with information. It's about 200 pages. It's a quick read. I highly recommend that you read it, but I'm going to cover everything that you need to know in this video. Okay, so the first and fundamental part of Profit First is setting up bank accounts for your business. If you don't have any, that's okay. What this book recommends is that you set up 5 bank accounts for your business. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, I have to set up 5 bank accounts. Maybe you don't even have a bank account, and that's fine. You can always do this in a spreadsheet if you don't want to set up bank accounts. The value of having bank accounts is it's physically harder to touch the money that you allocate using the Profit First method. if you have to log into your bank account and transfer money from one account to the other to cover something that you can't cover because of the profit first method, it hurts that much more. Okay, so let's talk about the 5 bank accounts for asset allocation. The first account is called the income account. This is the primary business account where all sales and expenses flow. This is how you will get paid. This is how you will pay bills. In the income account, this would be your primary account. If you're running a business right now, you likely just have a primary account. This is that. Next up, a profit account. This is for accumulating a portion of your revenue as profit, not to be touched except for quarterly distributions. Again, this is important. Your profit account is not to be touched except for quarterly distributions. Owner's pay account. This account is set up to provide a consistent salary to the owner, aligning personal and business financial success. Next up, a tax account. Business owner, you have to take care of taxes. Otherwise, it's going to be painful at the end of the year. So the tax account is to set aside money for taxes, which reduces stress and surprises during the tax season. Finally, is an operating expense account or OPEX account. This is to manage your day-to-day business expenses, and it's funded only after allocating to other accounts. So to make this clear, you have 5 accounts. Your income account is your primary, and then you have all your sub-accounts, including a profit account, an owner's pay account, a tax account, and an OPEX account for your day-to-day expenses. Well, how do you know how much to allocate to each account? And I'm going to give you a chart here that's super helpful, and it shows you how to allocate your target allocation percentages or TAPs based upon your real revenue range. So it's super easy. 0 to 250,000, net profit 10%, owner's comp 45%, tax 15%, and OPEX 30%. OPEX is what it takes to run your business, paying your employees, paying for software, you name it, meals, all OPEX. Tax is pretty self-explanatory. 0 to 250,000, you should be paying yourself 45% of every revenue dollar in. Your profit, 10%. This is flexible. You can move these numbers. I wouldn't recommend moving any of them more than 1 to 2 percentage points under 250K. If we move across the chart here, we see column B, 250 to 500, 500 to a million, 1 million to 5 million, 5 million to 10 million, and 10 to 50 million. No matter what size your business is, the profit first method can work for you. You will see that as your revenue grows, owner's comp will go down because you're making more money, and operating expenses should rise significantly. Reference this chart to figure out how much you need to allocate in each one of your bank accounts. Again, feel free to use a spreadsheet. I would highly recommend setting up bank accounts though. It's easy and quick. Most banks will allow you to set up multiple accounts for free that you can link together. Okay, so let's talk about some of the challenges of Profit First. One, it's incredibly difficult to adapt to a new system. Resistance to change is real, and established financial practices are mainstream, so breaking away from those is super tough. Incorrect allocation percentages, struggling to find the right balance in allocating revenue. These numbers are not hard-coded. You might have to adjust them, especially in the early days, or if you're starting your business, you might have to adjust these percentages as your business changes and grows until you find the right number. Cash flow management. Challenges in managing regular expenses with this new system. And that's the point, right? It really puts a spotlight on where you're spending money and how you can be more efficient with this new system. And finally, maintaining discipline. It's super tempting to deviate from the set allocations, especially in tough times. It's easy to say, oh, no one will notice, only me. But if you deviate from this system, you'll be back to square one and not taking any regular profit from your business. So how do we overcome some of these obstacles? One is a gradual transition. Start with very conservative percentages and adjust only as you understand your business needs better. Regular financial review, monthly or quarterly reviews to assess and adjust the allocations. This is key. And finally, you want to build a financial cushion. Slowly build the reserves in your accounts to handle unexpected expenses or fluctuations on income. Okay, so we covered a lot in this video, so I want to just take a step back and talk about how this works in practice, how this whole flow goes. Okay, so all sales go into the income account. Then on a regular basis, I recommend every week or 2 weeks, You regularly transfer the percentages into the other accounts. The income account is just a holding tank. You empty it twice a month into the other accounts based on your predetermined percentages. Your operating expenses account is now limited and it forces you to live within your means. You can't raid your profit or tax accounts to cover any other bills. Businesses that have adapted to profit first often become healthier. Owners finally pay themselves. They build tax reserves instead of panicking at the year end. They control costs and are less stressed. If you're tired of being the last one paid in your business, it's time to put the profit first formula in play. Start small, open new accounts, pick your percentages, and transfer regularly. Watch your business transform. I hope you found this video helpful. Hit like and subscribe for more on making your business profitable and sustainable. If you got questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help. And if you enjoy this channel, please be sure to subscribe to it so you don't miss any other videos like this one. Thank you so much. See you next time.